welcome to the Wise Take DFS podcast. I am your host, CK013. You can find me on Twitter at CK_013. And we're joined once again by two of Wise Take's finest NBA DFS analysts. We got our boy Johnny the Greek. You can find him on Twitter at GDaddy80. Johnny, how you doing?
I'm doing well. I was reading the comments from some of the shows in the past, and somebody, I had some feedback on the lighting, so I threw a lamp back here. So I hope the lighting's a little bit better for you guys.
Yeah, the GoFundMe.
But hey, if you want to,
I was just waiting for that tweet.
Hey, but if you want to go ahead and set me up a GoFundMe account, you don't even have to do that, bro. You can just PayPal me some money. Seriously, it's all good.
That's fine too, right?
And I'll put it towards Cashing's retirement, so he can play DFS full time with me.
Yeah,
that was a perfect.
Oh,
response.
I play full time. It's just
No, but full time as a living.
Full-time.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So you can put more dedication
Yeah.
into this stuff.
Yes.
So the
Yeah,
one-
no,
Johnny-
that was funny. That was funny.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. That was a clever one. Of some of the feedback we got, I thought that was clever. The GoFundMe one. Also joined by CashinDFS, very popular CashinDFS. You can find him on Twitter at CashinDFS with no G. What's up, Cash?
Oh man, I just got so much right today. So much right today.
Yeah.
And
Let's see. So you I know you were like all in on what Ibaka you were saying, right?
yes, MKG and
MKG.
good old Austin Rivers.
Austin
I had DeAndre Jordan.
Rivers.
I had DeRozan. Just yeah. I went to DeAndre Jordan and Howard over Vooch for ownership, and they both crushed. Vooch did well too, but they both beat him.
Yeah.
Both cheaper. But
And-
I love Malone. Good old Malone. Jokic is going to come off the bench. Jokic feels good. Jokic is going to play. Jokic doesn't see the court. Love you, Malone. You're the best coach
Gotta
in the
love
NBA.
him. No, the best was they released a report. Jokic is starting. Fareed is starting. And then about 15 minutes later, they released another report. Jokic and Fareed coming off the bench. Plumlee starting. Lyle starting. And then next thing you know, Jokic doesn't even play.
No, but before that one, it was Fareed and Plumlee on RotoWire had Fareed and Plumlee as the starters. And then I remember I texted you, CK, I was like, what happened to Fareed? And then that was automatically Lyles. It was weird. It was so those were confirmed lineups. But yeah, it was a weird night tonight.
Weird night, yeah. Yeah, fake news everywhere. Fake news everywhere.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Hashtag fake news
Uh,
everywhere.
But hey, at least I got
wanna
Milos
know-
right.
You want to know who didn't do it tonight? Oladipo and Paul George.
Oh no,
No.
they did not.
No. But yeah, Paulie was on the fade train from Gate. I think you were too. It was an ownership thing. I think you were talking about. We were talking about it last night, but Paul George, you didn't play Paul George.
I played Oladipo, but yeah, I didn't.
Right,
I played
you didn't
Paul
play
George,
Paul George,
but
though.
just not in real money.
More like a hedge. It was more like a hedge lineup in case.
It wasn't even that. It was just so I could see what he was gonna do. I had to search for it, so I put him on a couple
you could
dollars.
track his stats. It was an investment to be able to track his stats for the night.
Exactly.
The guy that killed me tonight was Frank Kaminsky.
Oh,
Yes,
man.
he was
He
another
put
one
up-
that-
Yeah, it was bad. The first, he had 0 points, fantasy points with 11 minutes played in the first half, and I think at the end of the night he put up 10 points.
I mean,
How
I
many
pivoted
minutes
to
did he play?
Scott when Markieff was announced out, but yeah, he was.
I couldn't get him in. $100 off play. $100 off. I couldn't do it. I hate that freaking $100. That's the $100 play we always talking about, right?
Always.
Scott didn't do much either, but
Yeah. He started off hot, man. He started off, he had 3, he got scored rebounds, and then all of a sudden he just stopped. And just stopped doing it. Anyway, guys,
Harden
we
failed
got...
tonight too. But man, play Ibaka versus Phoenix.
Yo, how
Bet he
about...
don't get to play him no more.
How about, what's his name? Troy Daniels. We were talking on the show about some concerns with, we want to play DeRozan, but, I think, Johnny, me, you, and Paulie were talking about, do we play DeRozan? If we play DeRozan, do we have to bring it back with anybody? And we ended up just saying, it was tough to pick who the guy was. We were reaching for a little bit. I think Monroe we were on the Monroe because we figured Chandler was going to be out, which he was announced out later. But, Troy Daniels, of all people, man, wow. I just, of all guys, 30 actual, he got over 30 actual points, Troy Daniels. Unbelievable.
And what do you know? This is the first day I don't like him. I don't play him since Booker is out. First day.
And his role might be more
Appreciate
stable. His role might be more stable now going forward because Warren has really sucked it up in this lead role.
God.
Like he hasn't done anything in this role. Like he's supposed to be the dude, and bad man. Like
obviously Warren needs Booker because
he's bad.
He is
man.
awful.
Yeah, can't create a shot.
Oh yeah, definitely. Anyway, guys, we got a 5-game slate. So we have it's like almost the polar opposite. Like we have plays, but like today there was overload, dude, and then like there was some news, so there was value, there were landmines, and then there was so many studs you wanted to fit, and all these different things. It's a little bit different today. We only got 5 games, so the field is narrow. I think we're all a little bit more comfortable. Things are maybe a little more black and white, maybe not. Sometimes these 5-game slates aren't so black and white depending on the matchup. And that's why I'm going to ask you guys about it, because I want you to talk to me and talk to the nation and navigate us through the field.
I have a question first.
What's up, bro?
What did Boogie do?
I think he put up 50-something, 51. I think he put up DraftKings points.
Okay.
I think Giannis was the play in that game. Big D. Big D was the play in that game.
He had 64.
Yeah, he was the highest scoring dude. Boogie, it was funny to watch the thin man, as you like to call Thon Maker, try to guard Boogie. It was funny. I watched some of that game, man. It was. I know you'll probably. You watch every game, Cash. So I'm sure you'll watch it later. Yeah, you're gonna want to. There's some laughs in there. Some of the matchups that ended up happening, like at one point, there was like a wing. I don't know if it was. I couldn't see if it was Etwan Moore or if it was Darius Miller. But one of them was on Big D on a switch at one point, and it just looked horrific. It just looked like oh no, this is not gonna end well. You know what I mean? But yeah, make sure you catch that. It was funny. Anyway. Let's move on to this 5-game slate. Have you guys? I know, Kat, just a complete first look for you, Johnny. Have you looked at all? Have you peeked at all on the slate or no?
Yeah, no, a little bit. I've been looking at the spreads and trying to figure out direction I want to go into and what I'm thinking and starting my research here. But I took a little bit of a look at this. It's kind of rough tomorrow, in my opinion, in some places. So. Definitely right now, first look for me. I'm not real hot on this slate in general. I just don't think there's a lot of options out there.
It's interesting. There's only 5 games, so I'll just go over the spreads and totals. Looks like Detroit, Atlanta. We got 207. Atlanta plus 3.5. We got New York Knicks at Brooklyn. 212.5 is the total. Brooklyn is favored by 1.5. I see the Lakers visiting Cleveland. 219 total. Cleveland favored by 10. Sacramento visiting Minnesota. Total is 203. Minnesota favored by 9.5. And then Dallas at Golden State. Total is 211.5. Golden State favored by 11.5. Interesting. All right. So with that said, why don't we go ahead and get into this? So we're going to go position by position as usual. It is 5 games. Johnny, you want to start us off with point guards?
Yeah, sure. So Curry's out again tomorrow. At the top here, Schroeder's in play. I really like Lonzo Ball tomorrow on the road against LeBron. This is the first time they're playing against each other, and it's going to be on a TNT, so I definitely like that. I like Spencer Dinwiddie tomorrow, 6,700. He's playing against New York. Great matchup. Very close total. I think it's a pick'em in this game, so I like that a lot. You can talk me into some Jeff Teague at 6,400 against Sacramento, and that's it for this tier.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cash, what are you looking at over on FanDuel, Cash?
Dennis Schroeder, no, I'm done with that guy. Until his price comes way down. 7.7 is still too expensive for me. I like Dinwiddie and Ball. It would probably be on who's going to be more popular. But also, Ball just got me there. So what do I do when you get me there? I will jump off. Exactly. So I might jump off, but I do like him though. Like you said, national TV game. First time against LeBron, but that don't mean nothing. But there's just nobody I think that could really stop him. So, it's just a matter of. Oh,
Can he
man,
shoot?
this
Can
guy
he make a
really
shot?
he really needs to work on a shot.
He looked good the last game though. He made a couple threes.
Oh my God, this guy needs to work on his shot big time in offseason. Like get rid of your dad, get rid of your little brothers, and just go in the gym and shoot 5,000 shots a day, and try to work on your form because it is horrendous. But nah, I like Dinwiddie and Ball up here, and that's it. Like I won't go to any other option up here. I think I prefer Dinwiddie though.
Yeah, no, definitely. Point guards against the Knicks. Andy's at home. What's his price on FanDuel? What's both of the prices on FanDuel? Ball and Dinwiddie.
7-7 for Dinwiddie, and Ball is 7-5.
Interesting. Okay, Ball is $7K on DraftKings. I don't think I could do that. And then I agree that it's, we got to think about it. You can't just
but on DK you get the bonus for triple double.
Yes, and that's
triple-double.
That's the benefit of playing Ball on a site like DraftKings for sure. It's just But Dinwiddie, a little more attractive at 6'7". New York has been atrocious against point guards. He's at home. But, I would assume that these two guys are going to be pretty popular on a 5-game slate because I'm looking at the options like you guys are. Steph Curry's out, obviously, and it's pretty ugly. So I would expect this to be a very popular combo. Maybe even on a FanDuel, could be a popular 1-2 punch. So I'm excited to look into Value Town and see if we can find any kind of pivots down there. Johnny, you want to take us down to Value Town?
Yeah, the only one thing I wanted to add on that Ball Dinwiddie, that's probably going to be the number one combo tomorrow because Dinwiddie on DraftKings is shooting guard eligible as well. So people just might push him over there, So just remember that when you guys are doing tournaments, that if you want to fade, maybe fade one of those guys to differentiate yourself there, and go with somebody in the Value Town here on either shooting guard or a point guard. So
I would like to say something about that.
Yeah.
One of the best things to do, I think most people know this, but maybe there's a few people that listen that don't know this. You try to plug in a point guard at shooting guard. You try to plug in a center at power forward. You know what I'm saying? Like, you try to get as many high usage players as you can get.
On DraftKings, you're referring to, yeah.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Absolutely. Like today, I said on the show, on the Y stream, that today's a 2-center night. You need to have 2 centers. Wherever way you go, you need 2 centers. If it's going to be if you want to go value or if you want to go upper tier, you need 2 centers. So you can fit on DraftKings. There's some times where you can fit 4 centers because they're power forward eligible. So you can put them in the power forward spot, one center in the center, one in the forward, and then one in the utility. So there's some nights where you can play 4 centers.
And you can play 3 point guards because you can play one in point guard, one in shooting guard,
one in guard. Oh, 4 and utility. So you can play 4.
Either way you want to go. If point guard is deeper, you can put 4. If center is deeper, you can put 4. But that's a good strategy to try to implement if you plan over there.
Yes, it's a way to increase your upside on DraftKings because point guards and centers typically have higher usage than regular power forwards and regular shooting guards. So that's the reason that you want to take advantage of those kind of things. Great point. With that said, Johnny, take us down to Value Town.
Yeah, so here at point guard, Reggie Jackson's okay. He's in play. He's under 6,000. JJ Barea is getting a little bit expensive. He's 5,600. You can get Yogi a lot cheaper, probably for close to the same production and maybe more minutes. So maybe a little bit more upside there. Dwayne Wade should be back tomorrow against LA. One of the highest spreads on the day, 5,300. I like that. You can get him at point guard or shooting guard eligible. So I like that. Clarkson. Price never really seems to go up. He's only 5,000. If you're not on Ball tomorrow and you want to get some exposure to this game on a cheaper level, Clarkson definitely. He's either him or Ball always go off. It's one or the other. So you just got to kind of pick there. But you save 2,000 with Clarkson, so he might be the way to go. So if you want to put Dinwiddie in at point guard, for instance, on the high, you can throw Clarkson in at shooting guard instead of Ball. So that might work. A little bit cheaper here. We got Yogi Ferrell. He's 4,600. He's in play tomorrow. Jared Jackson play. I'm not a big fan of the guy as a player, but in DFS he's relevant tomorrow against Brooklyn. He's 4,400. Ish Smith is in play at 4,000. Frank
Nitty.
Frank
We like to call him Frank Nitty. That's what we call him. Right?
All right, Nitty. He's in played him at 3,800. And then Livingston. I'm not really on him, but with Nick Young and concussion protocol, I might be interested into McCall. He would get more of the backup shooting guard and point guard minutes. So I would like that. And I think that's it for me.
Okay, fair enough. Cash, what do you see in value time on FanDuel?
Steven Jackson. Or Steven Jackson. I wish Steven Jackson was still playing. Steven Jackson.
He's in China, isn't he?
Big shocker. He was one of my dudes too. I love him.
Big surprise.
Yeah.
Didn't see that coming, Cash.
Those kind of dudes. Reggie Jackson. Stan Van Gundy said that these guys need to play better. Singled out Reggie Jackson. Singled out Drummond. Singled out Tobias Harris. He singled out Avery Bradley. So his 4 best players, he's singling them all out. He said, if we want to win games, they got to play better, period. It's one thing I love about Stan Van Gundy. He will point out, he ain't scared to go out in public, to your face, wherever, and tell you played bad. He used to do it all the time with Dwight Howard. And Dwight Howard's the best player on the Magic by a mile. So that's one thing I love about Stan Van Gundy. So maybe these guys come to play. So maybe you want to make a stack of a couple of these guys. But if you put any kind of money on Reggie Jackson, you definitely want to hedge with Ish. Because Reggie Jackson could get benched at any moment. Like Stan said this, and when Reggie Jackson comes out and sucks against a nut matchup, then he might not see the court much after that. Like, he might just get benched.
He might lose his job. He might lose. If after getting called out, he doesn't show up, he very well may lose his job. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, Stan Van Gundy did it last year.
Yeah,
he benched him and started starting Ish.
Mm-hmm.
And earlier in the year, he was talking about it. It might have happened. It got close, but it didn't. Right. So he is an option just because it's a great matchup, and he's cheap. But he has been very bad. JJ Barea, love him. Love that thick neck son of a bee. Love that guy. He's one of my dudes for sure, and he has more upside than Farrell, but Farrell's definitely going to play more minutes, and Farrell should stay on the court even in a blowout. JJ Barea won't if that happens, but usually Dallas plays them pretty tough for most of the game, just because they have a great coach. So I like JJ Barea. Yogi Ferrell. I mean, I'm not ever a huge fan of him. Last game he played well. He's going to play a lot of minutes. De'Aaron Fox, I just counted out his games. It has been 20 games where he has not got to 30. So, don't play him. Period. He goes out and has a great game. It'll be once every 20, if that. Don't play him. If you're going to play a point guard there, you play George Hill or you play Mason. I like both of them. Both of them are good options against Minnesota. Nitty, I much prefer him over Jack because Jack sucks. Oh my goodness, Jose Calderon had himself a game last game. Had himself a game. 24.
Revenge.
Oh my goodness, he has no chance. Like Ball would destroy his old ass. But he's only 38, so maybe he's in play.
He's never played DFS, bro.
But I don't know. He just had a big game.
I know.
But Ish Smith, I like Ish Smith at 3.9. I like a lot of these options down here cheap. I might just stack up 2 cheap guys and go up other places.
Jack and Nitty, right?
No, Jack. Jack will never make a lineup of mine ever.
Yeah, I do think I don't like the price on DraftKings for Clarkson, but I do think that maybe if Ball ends up being a popular option, I might lean more towards him, especially with a double-digit spread in the event that game blows out. Because Clarkson's going to get his minutes regardless, but he gets big minutes if it's a blowout. So to me, he just seems kind of safer. I mean, I wish he was still in the 4s, but I mean, 5K, it's whatever. He's somebody that is interesting to me. And then the Reggie thing, Cash, I didn't know about Stan calling him out. I hadn't gotten that far yet, so I'm interested to see how they respond tomorrow. Reggie's 5'8", man, and it's a great matchup. It's Schroeder. It's a great matchup for him and Drummond both, which means it's a good matchup for Reggie, especially because Reggie not only will he get points, but maybe he can get some assists. At the same time, that means it's a great matchup for Ish. So if Reggie doesn't bring it, Ish will. There you go. Somebody's going to bring it there, and if it's not Reggie, it's going to be Ish. So that's going to be an interesting thing to keep an eye on there. Because either way, point guards against Schroeder in Atlanta is definitely something you don't want to just overlook, especially in a pace-up spot for Detroit, which I believe this is.
TK, I like how you touched on the Drummond part because definitely Reggie Jackson, you need to run him back with Drummond. So I think that's a great correlation play. So I think you almost have to play Drummond if you're going to play Jackson.
I already know that's the guy. That's the guy that's going to screw my lineups today. I already can see the future, just what's going to happen.
Wait, Drummond or Reggie?
Drummond.
Drum dog. Yeah. No, yeah. That's what I figured. Fair enough. Johnny, you want to move us over to shooting guard?
Yeah, sure. Jimmy Butler, great spot tomorrow. He's getting really expensive on DraftKings. He's 87 right now, but the production's been there. So he's definitely in play for me. Also, we talked about Spencer Dinwiddie a little bit ago. He's definitely in play. Brandon Ingram, man, this guy, what Brandon Ingram are we going to get tomorrow? Jekyll or Hyde? If we get the good Brandon Ingram, he's in play. If we get the bad Brandon Ingram, he can ride the bench. KCP. If he's gonna shoot the ball, like I want him. If he's gonna just not shoot the ball, like he did last game, like he didn't start shooting the ball until like second half, like I'm not interested because he's at 6,000. But he was so consistent, earlier in the season, and I still kind of remember that. He's right in the middle though between Clarkson and Ball. I think if I was going to go in that price range, I would just rather drop down to $1,000 cheaper for Clarkson. Yeah, that's it for me.
Okay, fair enough. Cash, what you got over at shooting guard?
Klay Thompson's in play because he's at home. That's it. That's the only reason he's in play. Andrew Wiggins, the price just jumped 600. I was actually on him last game because he was too cheap, but so is the world because he was very popular. He went out and got 39. So, I mean, he played a couple more minutes than he has been recently, but that's because it was overtime. So he really didn't play no more minutes. Going to play probably 35. And I probably going to fade and just hope that Butler takes over and he goes back to just scoring 18. Because if he's going to be popular after a big game, I mean, it's a guy that's inconsistent. So I just don't do it. I just don't go back. And that's the only two options above 6. Don't like either of them that much, really, to be honest with you.
Yeah, it's definitely an ugly position. I'm with you on the Klay call, especially with, I think Draymond is doubtful, I'm pretty sure. I don't think he's officially been ruled out, but I think he's expected not to play. Zaza, I think, could be out. And obviously Curry's out. So, yeah, I think that would raise the stakes for Klay. He's at home, like you said, Cash, where he typically shoots better. It's ugly. It's an ugly position. The guys that I think that I like for shooting guard on DraftKings are FanDuel. They're listed FanDuel at small forward and other positions, so I'll wait to address them. But shooting guard, I can imagine shooting guard on FanDuel is pretty ugly because it's pretty ugly on DraftKings, and at least you have guys that you can play here from point guard and from small forward. So I can imagine on FanDuel it must be pretty ugly there. Johnny,
he definitely shoots better at home, and he shoots more.
Yeah, and he shoots more. Yes, agreed. Johnny, you want to take us down to Value Town?
Yeah, absolutely. So, right the beginning of this tier, we got Ken Bazemore. Man, he can just be really good or really bad, and that's why you always have to decide: do you want to base more or do you want to base less? I typically base less. I think tomorrow I'm going to base more though. Matchup's good, but I think I'll be on Bazemore tomorrow. I definitely like him better than Prince tomorrow. Right under him at shooting guard, you have Barea. You can move him in. But for me, Barea is just, I think, a tick too expensive. I think I'd like some options down there a little bit better. Um, Courtney Lee is in play at 5,500. He's a little bit expensive. You can get some Levert tomorrow for 5,400. I like that. I think where I'm going at leaning right now on this, just looking at this, Dwayne Wade at 5,300 against the Lakers. High total, high spread. So Dwayne will get more of the run with the second units. I definitely like that. And then we got Avery Bradley's 5,100. I know he's been really bad this year as a whole, but he's 5,100. He's really cheap. And Atlanta's really bad against the wings, so he's in play. We already talked about Clarkson at 5,000. If you really want to get crazy tomorrow and you can really ride the variance, Wes Matthews is in play tomorrow, but he's just such a high up and down variance player. You have Iguodala tomorrow in play. Frank Mason, we talked about, he's in play. See what else we got here at the bottom here. I'm trying to look for my one guy. I don't see him. McCaw, where's McCaw? McCaw's in play tomorrow because Nick Young's probably not going to play. Yeah, so that's it for me.
Yeah, it's definitely ugly. I gotta say, I think I'm on the other end of that Bazemore Prince debate. I think Prince is the guy I have more interest in, and Bazemore is the guy I do not want. I think Bradley's going to end up covering Bazemore, especially assuming just thinking his positionals. And I think that small forwards against Detroit, that's typically where they struggle, and I think that's where Prince should end up. That's the one thing that stood out. And as far as Wade, are you concerned at all that KCP is going to cover Wade when he's in there? Because I know that Wade comes in on the second unit, but KCP is a guy that they'll keep him on the court if they have to, if they want him to defend somebody.
They're not going to stretch him. No, I don't think so. I'm not concerned with that at all. I think that Wade's going to run the point there for the second unit, and he's going to get some Clarkson defense. So I'm fine with that. Sign me up for some Clarkson defense.
And Clarkson defense would be nice. What do you think, Ash?
ACP, my dude. If it's not a slow-paced game, if they're not being slowed down, I always love him. Loved him last game. He went off on me. Love him right here. He should have to play big minutes. And yeah, Kent Bazemore, I disagree. He's going to get Avery Bradley. No way. He's a disease, first and foremost. And I only play him really when he plays Cleveland or a real super up-paced game. And he could still disappear. He is a disease. I despise him. And I will not play him at 5'9". The price went up. There is no way on this God's green earth I would click Kent Bazemore over KCP at the same price ever. Buddy Hield, he's going to go off tomorrow because I'm jumping off. I'm not going to play him. I'm so sick and tired. I'm so sick and tired of the coaches that just do random crap every day. I'm just done. I just got to quit doing it. I got to quit playing these piece of craps. Jordan Clarkson, I like a lot, but I won't play him if I'm playing ball. If I'm fading ball, that's when I'll play Clarkson. I've said it, I don't know how many times. They directly take away minutes from each other. Clarkson is balling and ball is struggling. Clarkson is going to play.
It's like
if it's a blowout, Clarkson's going to play.
Well, the only thing was interesting about that is the last game I was watching that they actually played on the court together for a good chunk of minutes.
And I think they should do that too.
But they steal usage from each other.
Yes. Clarkson did not have a very good game. Ball had a huge game. Clarkson was meh. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But that's a good point, though, Johnny. They did.
The only reason I would play Avery Bradley is because Coach called him out. He seems like a dude that would be motivated when Coach calls him out. But other than that, I wouldn't even think about him because he's been terrible. One of the worst what's the word I'm looking for? Pickups or just period. Like he's so underperforming. It's like
Mhm.
it is.
He's just another body in that cluttered front court, like in the
I
wing. He
just
didn't need, you know.
I just didn't see it. I thought he was gonna come in and be good, like for this team. I don't know. It's just not. He's not. He's been absolutely horrendous. And what I want to say is your favorite player, CK. His
My
price
favorite player.
came. Yes, his price came down after having a decent game versus Atlanta. Oh no, Wade. I've skipped Wade. Um, Wade will get some KCP defense, but not enough to scare me off. Like KCP will be on the bench enough when Wade is in the game that I could still play Wade at a reduced price. I skipped him over, but yeah, Kyle Korver. What you think, CK? You jumping on that? You jumping
Oh
on
yeah,
that, CK?
yeah. All the F in Kyle. No. I'm not doing it. I don't care. I'm not doing it. Especially after him coming off a big game. No, not doing it.
Okay.
I mean, no, listen. I think there are times where you can play him. I don't recommend anybody else. I just don't like the guy. That's it. I just don't like how. I don't like playing Kyle Korver personally. But I'm not saying you can never play him. I'll admit that. But I will. I know. Don't like it.
He's playing over 20 minutes a game.
I know. Well, all the injuries. Yeah. Well, all the injuries. What are you going to do? He's going to be on the court, and he's a scoring option. They rely on him. They do. I just, I will try everything in my power to find someone else. All right.
Agreed. Agreed.
Try.
I just don't like shooting dependent players that get no other peripherals. You know what I mean? Like I can't play them.
Nobody's gonna even bother to guard him. Don't get me wrong. Nobody's gonna bother to. I know. This is a good matchup for him. Who's gonna? Nobody. Lakers don't play defense, especially if you stand by the 3-point line. They ignore you if you stand out there. So it's like I just can't, man. I just.
I just wanted to hear you talk about Kyle Korver.
Yeah,
I don't like him. I would much rather play Jamal Crawford because Jamal Crawford's going to get 20 minutes too, and he's against Sacramento. So yeah, I would much rather play him. Let me look at Garrett Temple real quick. Garrett Temple goes through stretches where he plays great, and then he has stretches where he just plays awful. He's in one of those stretches where he's playing awful. But yeah, don't do that. Catch him the calls and play. That's it.
Boom. Like it. Johnny the Greek, move us over to small forwards, my man.
Yeah, so here at the top, you got the two big spends. You got LeBron and you got Durant, and there's really a big drop off after that. I think in cash games, like you got to go one or the other. I think what I'm seeing for tomorrow, I think you almost got to go LeBron because it's a primetime game. So I think you got to go there. And he's just been more consistent. So I think cash games, he's a guy for you. And then Durant, Durant's definitely played more.
KD's gonna be on TNT too.
But it's LeBron against the Lakers. I think he's gonna show up for the match.
I know. But I'm just saying, both of them gonna be on TV.
Yeah. But I think he's the primetime game. Like he's like the East Coast is gonna get it and the West Coast. You know what I mean? Like nobody in the East Coast really watched those late West Coast games. You know what I mean? Like there's so much of an East Coast bias. We even see it in DFS every day, right?
That's a shame because Inside the NBA after the game is the best show on TV.
Probably. So small forwards really. I mean, you got Harrison Barnes who's in play. Really, I mean, down lower, it's not much for me. I'm not going to play Wiggins because I'm going to play Butler, and I just don't think Wiggins meshes well when Butler's on the court. He's going to get his 12 to 18 points and a little bit of peripherals, but not enough to get anywhere with me. I might be interested in a little bit of RHJ tomorrow. That's it in this tier. I think you either go way up or you're gonna go down to save some money.
Okay, fair enough. Cash, what do you got with small forward?
What you could do is go way down at point guard because I do like a few of those guys down there, and play the King and KD.
Yeah, you could do that.
You could do it on FanDuel. DK, not so easy.
No,
it's
you
possible,
gotta.
But
yes, it is.
But it's not like that's not a good strategy. over there. But on FanDuel, that's a good strategy. So
what are they priced at over there?
12-6 and 11-9.
Who's 12-6?
Come on, you gotta ask that.
LeBron?
Yeah.
Wow, that's a lot though. Wow.
Yeah, he was 12-6 last game too. It is a lot, but him, Big D, and Harden have the highest floors in NBA. I mean, you could probably put Russ in that category too.
Yeah,
recently.
Cousins got to be somewhere in that conversation.
Nah, I don't know. Cousins come out and get you 30.
Yeah.
Like LeBron James ain't gonna come get you 30. Like that's like rare, really rare. Like it has to be like a mega blowout where like Kevin Love is just going bananas in the first half and they're up by 35 at halftime. But yeah, no, LeBron James probably has the highest floor in the league right now. I would say it was I would say Big D, but with Bledsoe there, it's come down some. LeBron James is just like a lock and load play every day in cash. When you can, 12-6 is super expensive, but when you're just gonna lock in 50 points, I mean, you just got to do it. Like you just got to do it. But KD, I really like as well. Like me and CK was discussing this when I loved KD so much the other day, is that when KD was going off, it was on the road, and role players play worse on the road than at home. So with him going back home, he didn't have to do as much because the role player is going to play better, and Clay is going to play better. Just every role player plays better at home, almost 100%.
They're more comfortable.
Yes, exactly. And superstars play good wherever it is. It could be on ice. They could be on ice skates. They're going to play great because that's why they're superstars. But I would much rather play 12-6 for LeBron than 11-9 for KD. KD, it's a slow. It's gonna. They're getting their pace slowed down by Dallas. So I would pick LeBron over KD if I had to choose. But right underneath them is another great option, Jimmy Butler. It's going to be tough for me to decide which two I want out of those three. Ingram, he's also in play because he's going to get LeBron James defense. Always attack LeBron James defense. And he's been playing so many freaking minutes. That's one guy you don't have to worry about for the Lakers because Luke Walton plays this kid.
Loves him.
Yes.
It's like a spawn, like his own spawn or something.
Harrison Barnes is maybe the most consistent player in the entire NBA. Like, he's going to give you 30 every single day. Every single day. The lowest score I see right here is 22. It's just 30s every freaking day. So it's a revenge spot for him. I don't think he sees much KD because they're going to move KD up to the 4 a lot. So I would much rather have Iggy defense than KD defense. So I like Harrison Barnes here.
Can't you also see KD playing some of the 5 tomorrow?
He could do that as well because Zaza.
Because Dallas is terrible. Because
steroid man. He's out.
Yeah. Well, you're going to think, what's his name? Dirk. Dirk plays the 5 a lot. So can't you see KD playing him?
KD is actually bigger than Dirk.
Yeah.
But yeah, I love all 3 of those options up there. The top 3 is just, I love them all. Yeah, and that's it. I'm not gonna play Prince today, but I would play Prince over Bazemore.
Right. Yeah. I like it, man. LeBron. Who's gonna stop LeBron, man? I mean, I guess for KD, yeah, but like, I think that I have a feeling they may put Barnes on KD, and just because Barnes is one of the better defenders on the team, and this is a revenge spot. He's gonna get it up. So I would prefer LeBron because, like you said, Cash, it's not like you're getting a crazy good discount by picking KD. It's a pace down spot. Yeah. We talked about the home narrative about how the other players step it up. For me, if I'm paying up for one of them dudes, it's LeBron. Who's going to stop LeBron? Who's going to try to stop LeBron? Is it Ingram?
Who on this earth is going to stop LeBron? Nobody.
No, but realistically,
not stop LeBron.
LeBron is the only person that can stop LeBron.
Agreed. But I'm realistically on this Laker team. Like, does anybody have any who's even going to try to match up? Ingram? Is they're going to try with Ingram? Yeah?
Yes, they're going to
Okay.
try. They
They're
might
gonna
try
try
with
with
some
Ingram.
Kuzma. They
So
may
I
try
get-
with whatever.
Maybe KCP, but he's too
They'll
small.
try. They'll probably
I
try
guess
with some KCP too, and
your
none of them's
biggest
going to work.
I guess your
No.
biggest concern here is that the Lakers don't score enough on the offensive end, right? Because then that's the only way LeBron doesn't put up like whatever LeBron is going to put up is if he doesn't get his minutes because they don't need him as much because it's a blowout. So that's the only way. So if you take LeBron, you better take some Lakers and hope this game stays close, right?
Yeah, well, I think what's going to Lakers are going to do is they're there. LeBron's going to get LeBron. You know, LeBron's going to be LeBron tomorrow. He's going to get his. So I think that their defense is really like, let's try to limit the damage from the other players. You know,
And that's
I think
exactly
what
what you
play.
should do.
Yeah.
Because you're not going to stop him or limit him. You could put 3 guys on him. He could still do whatever he wants to because you just don't have nobody that can do anything.
And that's why I really think that in this matchup for me, if I want to play LeBron, I want to run him back with Ball because I think Ball is the Lakers' best option. You know, really when it comes down to peripherals and everything. I think that he's such a facilitator that he can get the assist. He might not score for you, but he'll get the assist and he'll get other people involved. So he might, if you want to think the game's going to stay close, he's got to be a really big factor tomorrow, or the Lakers are going to get blown out. That's just in my opinion.
Man,
It would be lovely
man.
if we knew which power forward to play. I could just stack up the whole game.
It's a Randall game
That'd be
tomorrow
nice.
for me. If I was going to play anybody from the Lakers,
Yeah,
he's just going to
Yes.
play bully ball tomorrow.
Yeah, LeBron is going to destroy Lonzo Ball. I know they're not going to be on each other. I'm just saying he's going to destroy this kid.
Is his crazy dad going to be there? Because he was
Oh,
there,
you know it.
and Spike Lee was laughing at him last.
Well,
game.
didn't you hear the Lakers told him to tone it down? They had a meeting with him, I guess, today.
Yeah, well,
Oh,
they
yeah.
should have had a meeting before he ever signed.
The
'cause this
season
guy's an
started.
idiot.
Jesus, yeah. And now he
I
pawned
love
both
him
his kids off.
personally. I love the guy. He's an idiot, though. He is stupid. Oh no, let me clarify that. He's very smart. He's
Yes.
very smart and very stupid at the same time. I love that guy.
All right, Johnny, take us down to value 10, a small forward.
Yeah, so man, it's just such a wasteland. I guess you can play Levert. You can get some Ilyasova for 53. You want to go there. You can play Carroll tomorrow at 53. That's discounted for him against New York. I like that. Buddy Hield, I just can't do it. He is just, man, he is bad. Up and down, up and down. I got to stay away. Iguodala, he's very interesting to me. I think with Nick Young being out and all the stuff going on tomorrow with Durant probably playing some 5, I can see Iggy playing 2, 3, and 4 maybe, so maybe more minutes for him. I like that play tomorrow. He's probably my favorite guy on Golden State. And maybe that's a hot take, but he's probably my favorite play tomorrow on Golden State. I don't really like a lot. Oh, McCaw. Wow, that's weird. Okay. So Patrick McCaw is point guard and small forward eligible now in DraftKings. So that's kind of interesting. So I guess you can get McCaw in at 3,400, and that's it for me.
Okay. I got one, but before we take it to you for Value Town, the OG, Paulie D, just sent me a text. He wanted me to ask you guys a question. Obviously, he wanted to hear what you guys had to say. He wanted me to ask you guys, with Draymond doubtful, if you can only pick one, is it LeBron or Durant?
LeBron.
LeBron. That's for you, ADs. All right, CashinDFS, take us down to Value Town, small forwards.
I don't even want to mention this guy's name. The small forward for the Knicks that just played 40 minutes against the Lakers that didn't even get you the value, got very close. He's okay against Brooklyn. I hate him. I don't even want to say his name.
Oh, Courtney Lee.
But that might be him.
That might be him. It's Cornelia, I think. I'm pretty sure it is.
What's his price on FanDuel?
5-3.
That's too much for me. Okay.
Yeah.
Andre Iguodala, I do like a lot. Loved him versus Portland, and he didn't do what I was expecting. Definitely in play though, but I think I like Caspi more. If Draymond is out, he will start at small forward, and KD will start at 4. Played 25 minutes last game. Iggy played more. Iggy played 31 or 32, I think. Both of them in play. I like both of them. Doug McDermott was playing well. Doug McDermott is almost min-price. Doug McDermott has been playing over 30 minutes. Doug McDermott is playing Brooklyn. I like Doug McDermott. He was terrible last game, but he was good before that. Maybe his shot comes back. Maybe he's on. Maybe Courtney Lee just disappears like he loves to do. But he's going to play 30.
But like if I had to punt one, I would that's the guy that I would play over him. Not saying I'm in love with the play, but I would rather play him over Korver. Just because I don't like him.
What about the other small forward there for the Knicks? Who would you rather play?
What, Courtney Lee?
Price considered.
Talking about Courtney Lee?
Yes,
I'm
that's
not
what
playing Courtney Lee. Hell no, I'm not playing Courtney Lee. Why would I play Courtney Lee? He's 5'5". McDermott is like 3'6".
Which one would you rather play?
I'd rather play McDermott.
Okay, good. Good answer.
Who else do you like down there, Cash?
Nothing.
Oh, man.
Maybe Stanley Johnson, maybe.
I'm glad you said something, because ending on Dougie McBuckets is never a good way to end the position. So I'm glad you threw him in there.
He hasn't been starting, though, and he's down to 14 minutes a game.
Ooh.
Maybe he pops today. And no ownership, but no, I can't. No. I don't think I'll go there.
We've given way too much love tonight to Doug McBuckets and freaking Courtney Lee.
Yeah,
I think that there's been more mention of Courtney Lee on this podcast than any podcast from any site this whole year.
I never said his name.
About Courtney Lee.
Oh,
you did. You said Courtney at the end. You did. You gave into it. We're gonna play it. Listen back to it. You did.
Well, we're just making it worse at this point.
They're playing Brooklyn. I mean,
yeah. No, he's in play to a degree. I would rather take the discount. There's a guy I like in that game that I'd rather play, and on DraftKings I think he's there, but he's a different position on FanDuel. But that's really the guy that if I'm gonna play like a starter, that's probably the guy that I'm leaning towards. But anyway, Johnny the Greek, you want to take us over to power forwards?
Yeah, so we have the same big two at the top here with LeBron and Durant. I was one of the idiots that faded Porzingis last game for Drummond because of the ownership, and that didn't work out too well for me. But now I see him like his price went up $1,200. He's $9,600 on DraftKings, and I'm like $9,600 for this guy. Like, I get it, but like he can get real cold real quick, you know. I don't think I could pay for him because I'd way rather get either LeBron or Durant in my lineup. So I'm going to pass on Porzingis. Maybe I'm going to fade the wrong play tomorrow, but it is what it is. Man, Draymond Green. Wow, you screwed the world yesterday, didn't you? I love how he went from probable to out, and now he's doubtful for tomorrow. I mean, come on, coaches, get your shit together. You knew he wasn't going to fucking play. Zach Randolph, he's just getting expensive. He's $6,800. I think he's in play against Minnesota for sure. You have Harrison Barnes here at power forward, 67. He's in play. Enes Kanter, 66. He's in play against Brooklyn. We were talking about Hollis Jefferson a second ago, and I think the Knicks are under. So we'll come back to those guys.
Okay. Cash, what you got for power forwards over on FanDuel?
This it is probable. Porzingis, he was 9-7 the other day. I said I'm not going to play him at 9-7. So there's no way I'm playing him at 10-2. He goes off. I tip my cap again and move on. I'm not playing Porzingis at 10-2. I give a damn what the matchup is. Give a damn. I'm not playing Porzingis at 10-2. He's playable, though. Go ahead and play him. Won't be me. I'll come down here to my dude. My dude. Zach Randolph. His price didn't go down. And I don't care. I want us to stay right there because I want people to not play him. So I could get me 50-point upside. I don't give a damn if Willie Cauley-Stein is there or not. Willie Cauley-Stein and you get no usage. Give me Zebo. Love Zebo every day.
Did it bother you that he only got 25 minutes or whatever?
Could care less.
Fair enough.
Care less. They're going to need him. If they want to win, which maybe they don't want to win.
But do they?
But
that's
he did
the question.
get 28.
Do they?
He got 27 minutes, 35 fantasy points.
Oh, he got 27?
What do you mean, do they? Like, it doesn't matter if they win games. They have no freaking chance to do anything. They're going to lose almost on a nightly basis. So if they happen to fall into a win every once in a while, yeah, they won it. They suck balls. They're not worried about winning games. They suck.
That's my point. I don't think they care about winning. I think they're more concerned with seeing the players and finding out who they're going to stick with. And
yeah, but when the game is close, you don't think they want to win? Of course he wants to win.
The players, yeah, I'm sure the players want to win. You know?
The coach wants to win too.
Yeah, when the game happens to be close, but like, do they want to win by Zebo doing it, or would they rather see a young guy like Cauley-Stein go out there and do it because they need to see what he has for next year?
Look, man, Zebo is a killer. Zebo gonna take some heads off some shoulders. Just let the man play. I love Zebo. I'm gonna play him. I'm pretty sure. Don't know if he'll make my main lineup, but I'm damn sure gonna play him, and I don't care. Tobias Harris is in play after coach called him out. All four of them is in play. Taj Gibson, another one of my guys. Price came up. Don't care. Him and Zebo gonna go to war. I like him. Kyle Kuzma, flip a coin. That's it. Taj Gibson is gonna play 40 minutes probably.
Oh yeah, that's what Tibbs does. Tibbs
is an idiot. You wonder why they lost that last game, right? You wonder because they're so freaking tired.
Fair enough. I would agree with that. Johnny, take us out of Value Town.
Yeah, isn't it so interesting that Tibbs brings over Butler and Gibson, and he's doing what he did to him in Chicago 2 years ago when he was the coach there, and he's running him into the ground and wondering why, like, when they get to the playoffs, they're like, they have nothing left. They're just fucking dead tired. Like,
and it's not even the playoffs. It's when you get to the fourth quarter and it's a close game, they just are so freaking tired. You could just tell. Just go watch the fourth quarter of that game. Like, all of them are so tired. Like, he's an idiot. Like, dude is a legit freaking idiot.
And then, it's so funny because he's the GM as well, and he has no players left because he's made all these bad sides, and he's signed all these guys, and they're all injured.
That's why he runs 8-man rotations because
he's only got 8 men to play.
First of all, because he's an idiot. Second of all, because he has no players to put on the court. This dude runs an 8-man rotation when they're losing by 30. Still runs an 8-man rotation.
He doesn't have a choice. He's got no players, So I definitely like Gibson tomorrow. He's 59 on DraftKings, so I like that. But tomorrow, the return of John Collins, 5,500 coming from shoulder injury. They're going to give him heavy minutes. I've already read some reports here. He's going to get some heavy minutes and usage tomorrow because they're just so thin at the big. So I like him a lot.
They said heavy minutes.
Heavy minutes, heavy exposure. Yeah, heavy exposure to him tomorrow. He's not going to probably be on a minute restriction is what I read into it. They're going to give him a heavy dosage of play is what I read into it. Not actually, sorry, minutes. It was heavy dosage of usage was what I got out of it. Okay. So I kind of translated that. No minutes restriction, heavy minutes because there's nobody else really there. So I like that a lot. If he's not on a minute restriction, I'm all in on him tomorrow, 5,500. Kuzma, I can't play him. The only guy I would play in that Lakers effed up front court would be Randall, and then Lopez if I knew who's going to get the minutes, but that's it. Ilyasova is in play at 5,300. I like Carroll at 53. Randall's only 5,100. He's the Michael Jordan of power forwards. He's in play tomorrow, 51. Willie Cauley-Stein. I'd rather play Zebo at the higher price. I don't think I'll play any of him tomorrow. I think Dirk's can play at only 4,400. He's cheap. And then some Jordan Bell. You can get some Jordan Bell. And if Omri Caspi is going to start tomorrow, I definitely have interest in him. That looks like it's it for me.
Okay, fair enough. Cash, what you got?
I like Collins too if he doesn't have no minute limit. Like I've seen he's probable. Tobias Harris. I always look at the matchup because if it's somebody that he's gonna get in foul trouble with, I want to run away. But Tobias Harris, like I'm not scared of Tobias Harris. I think he can guard Tobias Harris without fouling him. So that immediately takes away Ilyasova because don't think Ilyasova can play much center in this game. If they want to put him in center, I wish him luck. But yeah, with a Collins back, that just takes Ilyasova like, ooh, he just falls off the radar. At least in this matchup because he can't play center. Julius Randle, flip a coin. Nance, flip a coin. Dirk Nowitzki, 4-5. He's in play at 4-5. Gonna play around 25 minutes. Scares me because he's gonna be matched up with KD to start the game, so that is a little scary to me. But it's Dirk, so he's in play. David West, no, not gonna pay an elevated price for him. Jeff Green is okay. Bell, I mean, I don't know. He's going to have a great game here because I'm not going to play him. But, oh, man, I don't know. That's it. I mean, all Jay Crowder and Gorgeous Dong, both in play, but don't love either.
Okay.
Gorgeous Dong, though, has a good floor. Like, he should get about 20 minutes. He plays backup power forward and backup center. So he's good at 3-7.
Fair enough. I'd be curious to see. I haven't seen anything official on Collins. I know he was in the G League. I know he's probable, so I expect him to play. But as far as a minutes limit, I haven't seen anything regarding his minutes. Like I see reporters saying
how many
that
games?
they would
how many
assume,
games did he play down there?
I'm not sure, but I mean, I know I read a report that like basically the reporter that wrote it up assumed he was going to get a heavy workload, and like I know they need him, but I haven't heard anything specific about a minutes. They didn't say. I haven't heard there was going to be a limit. I haven't heard there wasn't. So I'll be paying attention to that tomorrow. Obviously, I mean either way, it's usage wise, even they're going to need him. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
so,
I don't think there will be no minute limit because
it wasn't an ankle or leg.
It's a shoulder.
Yeah.
It's a shoulder, first of all, so he's
Agreed.
able to run. And second of all, he's already played some games in the
G League.
In the G League.
Yeah.
So
I wouldn't.
It's got to be the 4. No way.
No, he's gonna start the 4. I think. What's his
Drummond?
What's his Maxim Collins? And maybe get
Collins.
some 3. Might get some 4 and 3.
Okay, fair enough.
Maybe he'll get a backup center against Mr. Hands, Mr. Ears, Boban.
There's no chance. Boban will eat him. He's like a midget compared to Boban. Oh my god.
Oh, I know.
Man.
He's a midget compared to Drummond too.
Yeah. Oh my god. Okay. No more images of Boban for the night.
Yes, Johnny, do us a favor. Move us over to centers. We're gonna take out the barrier here. We're past the hour mark. Run us all the way through center. We're not stopping. And then Cash, you give us a center rundown too.
We're already over an hour.
Yes, sir.
Oh man. All right, so we got Porzingis here at the top of centers. I don't understand how he's more expensive than any other center on the board, and I understand that the only other real center options, Towns and Drummond, but 9,600. Wow. No, for me, you have Drummond at 9,300. I don't think I could play him at 93, but we'll see. Towns 9,100. That's too much for me for Towns. He's more expensive than Butler. I can't play him there. Love's in play at 7,800. I just like some other plays better. Randolph's in play at 68 here. That might be a good option to move him, the power forward over to center, like Cash talked about a little bit ago. Cantor, 6,600, a little expensive, but Brooklyn, they're not guarding any centers this time of year or any time of the year. Taj Gibson, definitely in play 59. We talked about Collins already. Randall, he's definitely in play for me at 51. Willie Cauley-Stein, no thank you. A little too expensive. Brook Lopez, this is the question of the day. He's only $4,700. Man, Brook Lopez, he could be in play tomorrow. Just depends on the role. Dirk, you can slide Dirk over to the 5. I like him tomorrow. A little huge upside game. So look for that going forward. Jordan Bell's really it. And then I just don't know for basketball. He's going to go through the ball.
Okay. Cat has been balling. Cat is 10-1. Cat is in a great matchup. Oh, man. If I click on Cat, he's going to go back down to 35. But he's a great matchup. I don't see how I'm going to click him when I got Andre Drummond. It just rammed me last game. Hard. Real hard. And I'm going to jump back on. I like Drummond a lot. He should be able to eat here. Kevin Love, he could always explode because he's going to camp out of the three-point line. If he doesn't get you in the first quarter, just close your phone, close your computer, call it a night because he ain't going to do it in the second half. Enes Kanter, he's a bag of D's. Willie Cauley-Stein, he's good, but at 6K, I don't know. I'd much rather go to Randolph. The Brooklyn coach is a freaking moron. He says Okafor got to earn his minutes. How is he going to earn his minutes when he can't touch the court? How is he going to earn it? I guess he's going to earn those minutes in practice. That's what's going to happen. Brooklyn coach, so
practice?
stupid.
You talking about practice?
He's the best player on your team, except maybe Dinwiddie. The best player, definitely the best big man on your team. Oh, but we're not going to play him. We're just going to trade for him and let him sit on the bench because he got to earn his minutes.
And play the giant.
One of the stupidest things I've ever heard. Brook Lopez, he could be balling out of his mind. Luke Walton won't play him over 22 minutes, so don't play him. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter how good he's playing because Luke Walton's not going to play him. Tyler Zeller just had him a good game, I think. I don't know. He's in play at 3-8, but I don't know. Boban. Let me see what Boban did because he had to do something with Drummond doing nothing right. Let me look at years.
I think he did have a decent game, actually.
12 minutes, 23 fantasy points. That's good old Bowman. I sure wish you would go back to the Spurs. Please go back to the Spurs so I can play you. That's it. That's it.
Fair enough.
That is it.
Remember the good old days where we get 5 minutes and put up 15 fantasy points, Crazy.
Yeah, no, definitely. Interesting.
What about
interesting
Kyle
spots.
Quinn? What about Kyle Quinn with no man, he's still not playing the minutes and Cantor, the bag of D's ain't playing the minutes either.
Yeah.
Ugh.
I think from that Knicks game right now, I think Cantor's the guy only because on DraftKings he's like 6'6". It's not a great price, but Porzingis is overpriced. Courtney Lee I think is up there. Like everybody's up there, so I think he's the guy that I think is first look when I'm looking at the Knicks and their prices on DraftKings. He seems like the guy that has the most realistic chance to me of hitting his projection. You know what I mean? Seeing as how it's Brooklyn and he's a center, so like even if he only gets 27 minutes, 28 minutes, which he has been getting. I mean, it's Brooklyn. It's like, there's a little increase for that.
Was he limping around the last game?
It didn't against the Lakers. Not so much. I mean, he looked pretty good. He got 11 rebounds, 7 for 10. I think they were just kind of cautious because it was, it was only 2 days after his initial injury. But I don't know. He hasn't played since, so he's had another day off in between. Definitely something you want to monitor. That's a good point. But it is Brooklyn. I mean, it was the Lakers. There was also a great matchup, and while he did good, if he does that tomorrow, you'll be pissed. That's not what you're looking for. You're not looking for no 28.75 at 6'6". But I think Brooklyn. It's Brooklyn. I mean, we'll see. Maybe a sip's been a little better. Anything in closing? Matter of fact, before we even get there, Johnny, do me a favor. I want you guys. Johnny's going to be doing a course on Wise Take. Whether you're a member or not, it's something you can partake in. It's going to be $19.99. It's going to be on Tuesday of next week. I believe it's December 19th at 10:30 p.m. Eastern. I'm going to let Johnny tell you a little bit about the course. But the way you get there is you go to wisestake.com, you click on the Academy link, and you will see an enroll link on that page. Johnny, do me a favor and just tell them a little bit about the course.
Yeah, so we had a lot of interest from our subscribers in regards to learning some different sites. They want to be more consistent with money, and so I brought up with a couple different sites that I play on besides the big ones, and where I have a really consistent flow of income coming in there, just because of site layout, player pool, and all the different stuff that's there. So I've kind of created my own model on Yahoo, and my strategy there is again keeping money coming into my pocket every night. So I decided that I was going to open this up for anybody that wanted to partake in it, and we're going to do that the course as CK just talked about, and we're going to basically just talk about Yahoo, about how to make money there when it comes to strategy. We're going to talk about bankroll management a little bit too. So it's going to be an all-inclusive kind of a course. So it's a generic stuff with the bankroll management, and then just mostly about Yahoo and about contest selection, strategy, pricing, their algorithm that they have going on there, and so on and so forth. So something that we're going to open up to everybody. It was started with the members, but we had an idea just to maybe open up to anybody that wanted to go ahead and partake in it. So the pricing's all there on the site. You guys want to go ahead and set it up? I don't know the complete package. I don't know. Are we doing the package we talked about with that, CK?
Right now, $19.99, get into class.
Okay, cool. So we're not okay. Cool. So yeah, so $19.99 is a good price. You can definitely make money there. You can take advantage of it. There's not as many sharks on that site as there are on the big sites. Understand that that's really more of a single GPP entry kind of a site and cash game site, because there's not a lot of players there and there's not a lot of big GPPs, but there are some there when it comes to basketball. But again, if you are looking to get some exposure to cash games and try some different sites, this is definitely a great course for you. And I'm going to for me, I always give out my picks. I never hold anything back, and I'm going to definitely reveal the secret sauce for me and how I'm, successful there. And I'll give you all the information out there. So it's a really, I think, fair price that we're offering this, and I think you guys will really like it. And, we can hopefully make you guys some more money, going forward with your DFS.
Yeah, definitely. So, guys, head over to whitestick.com, click on the Academy link in the menu, and you will see it there. Click on Enroll. With that said, anything in closing cash on the slate?
Drummond, LeBron, Barnes for safety, KCP, Mason, Barea. There you go.
Boom. Boom. Something to walk away with. Johnny the Greek. And what about you? Anything in closing?
Yeah, I just understand that there's a 5-game slate tomorrow. It's kind of ugly. I would definitely, bankroll management tomorrow. Maybe this is a good opportunity for you to try some different contests to differentiate yourself. Maybe don't play maybe as much in the big donkeys. Maybe play some more single entry stuff tomorrow. Maybe 3 entries and stuff like that. Maybe have a little bit better opportunity tomorrow, because with the smaller player pool, you can definitely tie with lineups. So I think that the single and three entry max kind of thing are the way to go tomorrow. So definitely look into those. And give me a follow on Twitter, GDaddy80. If you guys have any questions in regards to the course, shoot me a DM or a message on Twitter, and I'll be happy to answer that. And I hope you guys take all the money down. Ship it.
Fair enough. Okay. If you're watching on YouTube, please click that thumbs up. That like button means a lot to us. If you're listening on Podbean, give us a follow. If you're listening on iTunes, give us some 5-star reviews, guys. It helps us out. It helps us keep going. Wouldn't be asking you to do it every single show. Wouldn't be saying the same damn thing every single show, but I didn't really need you to do it. So please do that and help us out. Don't forget to check us out at whitestick.com. Check out our stuff for more fire DFS content. Don't forget to check out Cash and DFS's GPP article tomorrow on whitestick.com, as well as BK's Cash Game article. We got models, Paulie D's cheat sheet, which has been on fire. 5 games or more, 5 games today, which means it's a cheat sheet day. So definitely head over to whitestick.com and check out the Y stream too. I think Johnny the Greek and Paulie D tomorrow, along with myself. So definitely head over, check it out. Other than that, for Cash and DFS, for Johnny the Greek and myself, the entire Wise Take Nation, as always, good luck.
FTW. Yeah.